What if the truth you've been chasing your whole life was buried in a lie told by the ones you trusted most? Amelia stood in the attic, her flashlight trembling in her hand, casting jagged beams across the dusty trunks. At 22, she'd come home to help her parents clear out her late uncle's belongings, expecting nothing more than old clothes and forgotten trinkets. But the letter she now held yellowed, creased, and hidden inside a locked box changed everything. Its words burned into her. My dearest Amelia, if you're reading this, you found what they didn't want you to know. Uncle Henry had been her confidant, the one who'd slip her extra cookies and tell her stories of adventure when her parents' cold silences filled the house. He'd passed 2 years ago, leaving behind a modest estate. Her parents had shrugged, saying his promised inheritance sum that could have changed Amelia's life was lost in the mail. She'd believe them. Why wouldn't she? They were her parents, after all. But the letter told a different story. Henry had left her a substantial trust, enough to fund her dream of studying abroad, of escaping the small town that felt like a cage. The letter detailed how he'd entrusted her parents with the paperwork, believing they'd pass it on when she turned 21. Instead, they'd hidden it, claiming the money never arrived. Amelia's heart pounded as she read his final words. They may try to keep this from you, but you deserve to know the truth. Fight for what's yours. The attic felt smaller now, the air thick with betrayal. She sank to the floor, clutching the letter, her mind racing. Why would they do this? Her parents weren't wealthy, but they'd always provided. Was it greed? Control? Or something deeper, some resentment she'd never seen? She thought of her mother's tight-lipped smiles, her father's dismissive grunts whenever she mentioned her dreams. Had they always seen her as a burden? She confronted them that night in the kitchen, the letter trembling in her hand. Her mother's face paled, her father's jaw tightened. You don't understand, her mother stammered. We were protecting you. Protecting her? From what? The chance to live her own life? Her father's excuse was colder. You're too young to handle that kind of money. But Amelia saw through their words their new car, the renovated kitchen, the sudden trips they'd taken last year. The inheritance hadn't been lost. It had been spent. The argument escalated, voices rising until the house shook with their shouting. Amelia's tears fell, but so did her resolve. She wasn't the naive girl they'd counted on. She demanded answers, documents, proof. Her parents deflected, but their guilt was plain. They'd used her future to fund their present, assuming she'd never know. The sting of their betrayal cut deeper than the loss of the money. Days later, Amelia sat in a lawyer's office, the letter now her weapon. The attorney, a kind woman with sharp eyes, confirmed Henry's trust was real and legally hers. But reclaiming it wouldn't be easy. Her parents had muddled the paperwork, and a legal battle loomed. Amelia hesitated, her heart torn. Suing her own family felt like severing the last threads of her childhood. Yet staying silent meant letting their lie win. She thought of Uncle Henry, his warm laugh, his belief in her. He'd wanted her to have freedom, to chase her dreams without fear. That memory steadied her. She signed the papers to begin the fight, knowing it might cost her the family she'd once known. But she wasn't just fighting for money, she was fighting for her truth, her voice, her right to be seen. Months passed, and the legal battle drained her. Her parents stopped speaking to her, their silence louder than any argument. Friends urged her to let it go, to forgive. But Amelia couldn't. This wasn't just about her, it was about every choice stolen, every dream dismissed. She won the case, reclaiming what was hers, but the victory was bittersweet. The money gave her a start, a chance to study abroad, but the rift with her parents remained. As she boarded the plane, her suitcase light but her heart heavy, Amelia realized something. The inheritance wasn't just money, it was Henry's belief in her, a gift that no one could steal. She'd lost her parents' trust, but she'd gained something greater, herself. The truth, though painful, had set her free. And as the plane soared, she knew she was finally chasing the life she was meant to live.